think I was in the fifth grade maybe. And we had a school newspaper. I think it was called the Griffin Gazette. I don't know, maybe Chris remembers, but and there was a writing contest, and like for, I think it was just best story or something like that. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna submit, because I had some ideas in my head. I had waited for the school bus to come. I would sit there and kind of daydream, and then I'd create characters, and I'd create a whole story waiting for the school bus to come. I actually won that contest in 5th grade. And I remember I beat out, I don't know, 8th graders, or, it was just, that was
signs of greatness.
That was a big deal to me. It was a story about a kid who had a bad day, and everything went wrong. I just remember that was the story.
It forced me to change my focus from, hey, let's just kind of get through this class, to let's be a bit better. Let's do better than we did yesterday, which really is how you succeed. Do better than you did yesterday. There was also the freedom to experiment and to learn at my own pace and to make mistakes.
I think a lot of it definitely came from growing up in a community as engaged as Evanston, and especially going to someplace, going to a school like Roycemore, which really worked hard, even in those days, worked extraordinarily hard under Dr. Becker, I believe. Dr. Becker was the headmaster at the time, to be incredibly inclusive of all families who were at that school. I was there on a scholarship. My parents both worked in nonprofits, and there was no way they were going to afford that full tuition at the time. I was the beneficiary of real generosity on behalf of alumni and community members who really appreciate what Roycemore does. Roycemore for me was a fantastic place to kind of get my feet underneath me, and these really small class sizes, and getting to know everybody in the building, and everybody gets to know you. Growing up in a community, my parents obviously, I've been volunteering since I was like 7 years old, and so it's just this kind of built-in idea that community is good, and being able to see it in action has really driven a lot of my life.
Second year was the Brooke Army Medical Center. I volunteer at the Brooke Army Medical Center is the major hospital system for the military down in San Antonio. And I was volunteering in the emergency room. Spent a lot of time running some errands and such, but was able to observe a lot of procedures going on. If you have broken bones, you would have a lot of hangnails. There'd be infectious diseases that we would see. Some people stay by yucca plants, a plant that has very sharp spikes down in San Antonio. So a whole range of medical problems that I was able to observe and actually assist on a few occasions.
I think one of the most amazing things about the high school experience was JST, so January short term. I think it was 11th grade. I did the internship with the Oriental Institute at the University of Chicago, and I did archiving for archaeological material. And during that, I got a chance to meet with their museum conservator, and got like a whole day being shown what conservation is, and which is like the restoration of historic objects. And she gave us like a walkthrough of how things work there. And that actually led me into what I ended up going into for my undergrad.